I'm going to be making some marble effect stackable pots today, and Teexpert very kindly sent me out some of their epoxy resin to try out. Crystal clear, self-leveling, non-flammable, resistant yellowing, and it's got a 40-minute work time, and it's measured by weight, and it's a 1-to-1 resin. They've also sent me out some of their pigment paste to try. So I've got bright red, ultramarine blue, medium yellow, lime green, and black, jet black, and pure white. So I'm going to start off by measuring out on my scale. And I'm going to put it, I'm not sure how much this mould takes, so to be on the safe side I think I'm going to do 100 and oops, I was going to do 160, right, 167 of part A, and then turn my scale, and then 167 of part B. So what are we up to? 136. What did I say? 167, 62, 65, 67. Right, so I'm just going to go and get this mixed up, and then we can get ready to start. My resin's all mixed, and I've separated some into 2 little pots, there and there, and I'm going to add to that some of the red into one of them, so a nice helping of that into there, and then in the other one I'm going to add some blue, and then in the big pot over here I'm going to add the white, so a nice helping of that in there. So I'm just going to get these 3 all mixed up, and then I'll see you back in a minute. That's all my colours mixed up now, and aren't they lovely and vibrant? They look gorgeous. Right, so I'm going to do some marbling. So I'm just going to pour some of the blue into there, and then some of the red, and then we're just going to pour this straight into our mould. Lovely. And we're just going to keep topping up those colours as we go. So a bit more blue. I think we've got enough red at the moment, so I think I'll just top it up with a blue and then add that in, and again a bit more blue, and maybe just a touch of the red, and then put that in. Oh, pretty. God, this mould takes a lot. Wow. I think this needs topping right up to the top as well. Right, so I need to use all of this in here, I think. And then mix up some more for the lid. We could always do the lid at the end. Oh, it's probably because I've still got some red and blue here. I'll just add some of that red on the bottom, because it's going to be the bottom anyway, and then some of that blue. Not going to really see this, so it doesn't really matter. Right, there we go. Might as well use that tiny little bit of white that's left, if it'll come out. There. Right, let's give that a quick torch. Pop those surface bubbles. Right, and I'm just going to let this cure now, and then I'll do the lid on the next pour. This is all cured up now, so let's pop this out and see how it's looking. Should be easy enough to demold. Get that middle bit out. Don't forget to pop your moulds back in the right way. Oh, that's pretty. It looks quite cloudy, doesn't it? In a good way, I mean, not cloudy as in like muddied. Oh, I like that. Yes, very nice. So most of the blue is on the inside, but still very pretty. That red is really vibrant, isn't it? Love that. Right, okay, let's pop that to one side for a minute, and I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do the next one in the green and the yellow. So what I'll do is I'll get some resin mixed up, do the whites like I did before, add some green and the yellow, get it mixed up, and then I'll be back for pouring. I've mixed up the white, the yellow and the green. Look how vibrant those colours are. They're gorgeous, aren't they? So I'm going to do the same as before and just swirl some of that green in there, and then some of the yellow, and then pour that in. And then same again, just keep topping it up with the green and the yellow, and then popping that in. Oh, look at those colours, they're lovely. Right, a little bit more, some more yellow and some more of the green, and put that in. So yellow and green shouldn't mud, so it should come out really pretty. Right, let's put a bit more green in there, and then just top that up. So again, this mould has to be topped right up to the top. Just put a bit of yellow in with that last little dribble in there, some of the green, and then top that up. Right, I think that's okay. I'll just scrape out that pot. I think it could do with a little bit more, so I'm just going to do what I did before and just top it up with the leftover what I've got here. So a bit more of that yellow, and then a bit more of that green. There, that should be okay. Right, so I've got a bit of green and a bit of yellow left. Let me just scrape out this pot, and then that's all that mixture used up. Right, that's that one done. And right, let me just clear off this, and then I've got the lid that I still need to do. Now I've got resin in there. Right, so the only colour I've not used is the black, so possibly shall we do the lid black and white? I've mixed up some more of the white, and I've also mixed a tiny bit of the black that is a lovely jet black. Lovely. Right, so same again. I'm just going to, hopefully you can still see. I'll do it over here. Right, so I'm just going to do a small amount of the black and then pour this. And then same again, a bit more of the black. And then pour that. And then last little bit, just a tiny little bit in there. And then just top that last little bit up. And that should be the lid full. Right. Okay. I've got a little bit of black left. Let me just do some black in there as well. There. Right, okay. So I'm just going to give both of these a quick torch with my cigarette lighter. Pop any of those bubbles that might be on the top. Same with that one. Right. I'm loving how that white is blending in. I'm wondering whether that would be a good white for a 3D bloom. I've not yet achieved a 3D bloom perfectly yet, so do you think I should try that? Let me know in the comments if you want me to try a 3D bloom with the Teexpert white. Right, okay, so I've got a tiny bit of yellow and green left, so I think I'm going to pop that into my little lion mould. So I'll do that off camera and then I'll see you back for demold. These are all queued up now, and with the leftover resin I made a little lion in the green and the yellow. Gorgeous. And with the leftover black and white I just made a little boat. It's a bit shallow because I didn't fill the mould up enough, but I thought I might use that as a little handle for the lid. Right, so let's get this one out and see how it's looking. Oh, it looks pretty. Right, let's pop that middle bit out. Pop your moulds back in the right way. They do end up with funny creases on them if you don't do it quite soon after demoulding. Got a bit of trimming to do there. Ooh, pretty. I'm not a lover of green normally, but that's lovely. I like that. Okay, so let's get the lid out. So that's how it's looking that side. And then that side. I'm not sure if this lid goes on that way or that way. It doesn't really fit that. Oh, I suppose if you give it a... Does it fit in there that way? I think because it's got like a slight taper on it, I think it should go. Yeah, it's not going to fit in like that. I think it does go that way. Right, so I think I will put that on there, because otherwise you've got to get your nail in there or tip it upside down to get it off. Right, so let's see if they stack together. So they're supposed to stack together like that. I think I need a bit of trimming to do because it's not quite fitting. Right, okay, I'm just going to do some trimming on this and then we can come back and put that onto there. I've used a deburring tool and gone round this the bottom edge of this one, so now they do actually lock into place, so that's lovely. Pleased with that. Right, and also this one I went round with a deburring tool as well, So now that fits in there as well. I won't push it down fully because I need to get my nail under there to get it off. But that does fit in there. So pleased with that because I like that side better than that side. So now what I want to do is, because it is a tight fit when it's in there, and you don't want to be tipping it upside down to getting it out because everything inside is going to go everywhere, isn't it? So I'm going to use some UV resin to attach my little boat, and then I can use that as a handle to lift off my lid. So I'm just going to put some UV resin all over the top of this, and then use, here's my little tool, there it is. And then I'm just going to use this to take that to the edges. And if you just give it a little flick, it clings onto the side without overflowing. So just going to do that all the way round. And once I've got it going everywhere, I can drop my little boat onto the top. So nearly done. Just go around this side as well. And if you feel it pulling away from the edges, you need to just add a bit more UV. Don't think anything's pulling away. So I'm just going to give that a quick torch, pop any bubbles that might be there. And then place my little boat in the middle there. Don't float away. There, just give that a little push. There we go. And then I'm just going to cure that. Sorry, let me just get my lamp. Give that a cure. And I'm going to start up high just for a few seconds and then lower it down. So we're just going to leave this to cure, and then I'll see you back in a minute. This is all cured up now, so that should be a lovely solid handle now, so I can actually push that down into there, a nice solid seal. Then I've got that to take it off. So that's lovely. Aren't these colours gorgeous? Thank you so much, Teexpert, for sending me your resin and your gorgeous pigment colours. I've thoroughly enjoyed using these today. So that one will sit onto there. And I did make another one off camera using all the colours. So that's how that one came out. Lovely. So with this one, I think I'll have it on the bottom. I'm just going to finish this off using 4 little cork feet. So just peeling that off and then sticking that in the 4 corners, and then it will protect any surface that it's going to sit on. So 2 more, that one there, and then that one down there, and then they can sit in there. Right, there we go. So they're all locked together. So there's my 3 stackable trays, or not trays, little pots. Love those. And yeah, like I said, these are absolutely gorgeous. I've really enjoyed using those, and I am intrigued to see if this will work on a 3D bloom. So I might try that another day. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.